All right, so recently we had a major moment happen here in sneakers, which not only made several headlines, but I feel like it also raises the question, is it finally over for one of Adidas' most popular silhouettes? We're gonna speak on that here shortly, but first let's start with today's headlines, which included the big shock drop that everybody's been waiting on. So of course we are talking none other than the Jordan 4 military industrial blue, whatever you wanna call it. Now by the time you're watching this, the shock drop should have already went down, and I'm really curious to know how you guys did, especially given the rumored shock drop numbers. So apparently there's 1.3 million pairs of these loaded up to the app, of which it looks like less than 100,000 pairs were actually reserved for today's release. Now, previously I did mention that, salute to Nike for bringing back this OG classic, as well as upping the stock numbers, but instead of making this easily accessible by dropping these all at the same time, they're up to their same shenanigans, doing these staggered limited pre-releases like this shock drop. We can also expect exclusive access, and remember, these joints are dropping in a lot of different retailers. So by the time these officially release next month via the sneakers app, I feel like there probably won't be many pairs to go around. So again, let me know how you guys did on this drop. It seemed like this is a release that everybody was going for, all different walks of life, all different age groups. So salute to Nike for bringing back this OG classic, and I guess some classics just never get old. And of course, it looks like we have a more detailed look here at the upcoming Baklava New Balance 1906. Now, of course, we do know that as far as New Balance releases, the 1906 has become one of their more popular models as of recently. And when it comes to New Balance collaborators, while you got Salehi Bembry, you've got Joe Freshgoods, some would argue that Action Bronson New Balance collabs are some of the most highly sought after. We saw that last year with those 990 V6s. And when it comes to this pair right here, I feel like they're following in the same footsteps, sharing a similar blue color palette, and given as that was one of last year's most popular releases, I feel like this is most definitely a recipe for success. Now, unfortunately, the bad thing is, because the way New Balance likes to release these, the limited availability, the high resale factor, it makes these pairs extremely difficult to cop. But I guess that's the game you play, and New Balance is definitely playing it well. And then lastly, we have a Fear of God release tomorrow. Now, I wasn't actually expecting this release. It looks like we have a clothing collaboration with RRR. So you can expect to see several different garments, including this hoodie, which retails at $689. Then we got the sweatpants coming in at $489. Then you have the long sleeve t-shirt coming in at $463. And then we got the sleeveless t-shirt coming in at $363. So it looks like you could save yourselves about $100 by removing the sleeves for this purchase. So all of these garments will be available starting tomorrow via fearofgod.com. And of course, we got a little controversy now. A recent big sneaker moment has been making several headlines, but it seems like for all of the wrong reasons. So recently, the UK Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, he sat down for this little interview in which he posted it to his own social media account. Now, he was actually supposed to be discussing the government's expansion of free childcare, but it seems like nobody was really listening to the message, but was rather locked in, laser focused, glued in on his interesting choice of footwear. So he's seen here rocking a pair of Adidas Sambas, and it seems like everybody was really upset and had a lot to say about his choice of footwear, in which one user claimed he's trying to be relatable by wearing them. Also, we saw people take to Twitter, as this person wrote, absolutely unforgivable. And then we even have British GQ, which posted an entire article about the matter, saying unacceptable in a bid to present himself as young and hip. Sunak took an eternally cool sneaker and ruined it for everybody. So of course, we all know over the last 3-4 years, the Adidas Samba has become a big trendy model and has emerged as one of Adidas' most popular models, especially after the whole Yeezy split and everything like that. They're especially popular amongst the Gen Z crowd. So do you feel like with models, sometimes once they get too popular, they become played out, and once they reach a certain audience, become uncool? Now, Sunak, he actually apologized for the entire matter, saying, I issue a fulsome apology to the Samba community, but in my defense, I would say I've been wearing Adidas trainers, including Sambas and others, in fact, for many, many years. So let me know what you guys think about the Samba trend. Do you feel like it's slowly dying out and on its way out? I would say, you know, while the Samba is probably Adidas' most popular model, and I would say that some of the more fashion-forward crowd have kind of like leaned away from that model in recent years, they're still dropping a lot of cool collaborations like the Wales Bonners, which seem to be like the epitome of Samba collabs. You also had the recently dropped Jayon collab as well. So the Samba is still here, and I feel like coming in with that affordable price point is definitely a classic and here to stay. But as far as being like one of the more trendy models amongst the fashion forward crowd, I would say probably not so much. So let me know what you guys think about that down below. Do you feel like the Samba is kind of on its way out and no longer cool as it's reached an all-time, you know, popularity? Now, before we bounce, I did want to discuss yesterday's poll of the day, in which I asked you guys if you have received any of your $20 yeezy.com orders. Now, we had roughly just under 2,000 votes, in which it looks like, unfortunately, only 20% of you guys claim that you've received your $20 orders, in which a outstanding 80% of people claim that they have not received anything yet. So man, these numbers are outrageous. I would say that this poll may be a little skewed, as I think people were just saying that they haven't gotten their pods yet, which it seems like a lot of people have gotten their clothes, but unfortunately are still waiting on the massive delays for the Yeezy pod. So drop your feedback. We're gonna wrap things up right here. Let me know what you guys think about everything covered today, and most importantly, let me know how y'all did for the big shock drop, because I was seeing some people saying that there was like 400,000 pairs loaded up today, but according to my sources, we had just less than 100,000 pairs of men's sizes available. So I feel like we're gonna possibly see a lot more L's than W's for today's drop. So comment down below how you guys did. We're gonna wrap it up right here. If you enjoyed the video, please help out the channel by dropping a thumbs up. I'm JA. Make sure y'all stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Love.